family, love. These are tricky things to understand for a spy without a heart. Let's begin our tale. Everyone has a secret that they don't show to other people. Not to lovers, not to friends, not even to family. They hide who they are and what they want behind lies and painted smiles. And thus, the world maintains its thin veneer of peace. In a luxurious black car, a diplomat is on his way to the embassy, but little does he know. He has an unscheduled meeting with God. This suspicious accident in Ostania is said to be an assassination attempt by the far-right party in the east to provoke a war against Westalis. The suited men want to discover their real intention, so they make an emergency decision. Meanwhile, two men are secretly meeting in an alley. One of the men brings out the envelope that contains the undeniable proof that the Minister of Foreign Affairs, a man of prestigious rank, does, in fact, wear a wig. The client is happy with this shocking revelation that will force the minister to resign, so he drives away. However, the agent is in for a surprise.
Oi! Sa, 約束のものを渡してもらおうか。
The imposter was actually Twilight, a well-known spy who survived the battlefield by mastering 100 different faces. Later that evening, Twilight poses as a gentleman named Robert. He is having dinner at a fancy restaurant with the daughter of the man who wants the Minister of Foreign Affairs to resign. But Robert gets up halfway through the dinner and has some unfortunate news. Because she is no longer needed. The next morning, Twilight smoothly exchanges some newspaper with his informant at the station. He decrypts a coded message that reveals to him his next target, Donovan Desmond of the National Equality Party. He is suspected to be a threat to peace, so Twilight is ordered to get close to him. But there's an issue. Desmond never shows his face in public, except for the exclusive social gatherings held at his son's prestigious school. So Twilight is forced to make a ground-shaking sacrifice. But that's not all. Twilight must marry, deposit, receive, and enroll his child into the prestigious school in the span of 7 days. That is Operation Strix. Twilight buys an apartment under the name
Loid
and appears in front of the most awful orphanage he could find to get himself a child with an unknown background. The drunk caretaker suggests Anya, since she's the smartest kid here. Unfortunately, the caretaker simply wants to get rid of this creepy girl. The years-old Anya impresses Loid by solving the crossword by herself. However, there's one thing Loid doesn't know yet. The kid he's adopting is actually a telepath with the ability to read people's minds. Being a result of an unknown experiment by an unknown organization, Anya gained this power, but she managed to escape, and from now on, she's Anya Forger, a little girl feeling for her life with a spy. Loid tries his best to blend in the atmosphere as an ordinary father of an ordinary kid. However, Anya stands out a lot. Loid has to hold her hand, leaving only one to defend against an enemy attack. But Anya could hear Loid's thoughts, so she starts acting vigilant. Loid struggles with understanding Anya and wants to ensure world peace. Upon hearing about world peace, Anya shares her portfolio of her likes and dislikes.
Anya, peanuts が好き。人参は嫌い。カリカリベーコン好き。
Anya tries to buy something herself and ends up paying less than required. So Loid suspects that Anya may not be as smart as he thought. But Anya doesn't want to go back to the orphanage, so she throws a tantrum.
どうした急にどうすれば
Ultimately, Loid diffuses the situation by relying on the enticement of peanuts. On his way back, Loid stops by the library to issue tens of books that might help him decipher the incredibly unpredictable children's behavior. Loid has finally realized that being a parent is one of the hardest missions out there, so he has decided to return her to the orphanage once the mission is complete. The next morning, Loid faces another hurdle.
Anya, 勉強やだ!
Loid decides to step out, but despite his refusal to take her along, Anya keeps following him.
おいそこほらそこそこ
父すごい見つけてくる。楽しい。
Loid locks her up inside the house and collects the application, exam voucher, and entrance exam questions from his contact, Frankie. He informs Loid that Anya has been returned by 4 foster families in the past year and has switched orphanages twice. Back in the apartment, struck by boredom, Anya decides to look through Loid's spy equipment.
爆弾、爆弾。
She comes across a secret communication device and speaks into it. But Anya doesn't have a clue that her carelessness has blown Loid's cover, as his enemies have intercepted the signals.
黄昏参上黄昏参上お兄さんこちら発信源の特性急げ
Anya feels bad for letting her curiosity take over when she remembers the time doctors strictly told her to never disclose to anyone that she's a telepath. Loid arrives back home and notices something suspicious. Behind the front door are enemies waiting for him. However, Loid happens to be the world's top spy, so fighting off such nobodies is a walk in the park for him. Unfortunately, Loid has a liability this time, and turns out that Anya has been kidnapped.
さらわれたこいつらの仲間が何のために状況から見て敵は俺がスパイであることを知った
Loid realizes that the best approach for a spy would be to go into hiding and look for another kid. But just then, the enemy uses Loid's blind spot against him. The man who failed to get the minister to resign aims to keep Anya as a hostage and use her to get rid of Twilight. The thugs waiting for Loid are pleasantly surprised as their partners return with the tied-up body of Loid. But to their surprise, the one tied up isn't Loid, as the man with 100 faces has pulled a fast one on them and escaped with his child. As Anya cries in Loid's arms, he remembers the time he used to be a crybaby and no one lent a hand to him. Loid doesn't want to put Anya or another child's life at risk again, so he hands her a paper and tricks her by saying that it's a game of tag. If she hands this paper to the police station, she will be accepted into a better orphanage. As he sends her off, Loid reminds himself of the reason he became a spy in the first place. He wants
子供が泣かない世界それを作りたくて俺はスパイになったんだ
Loid heads back inside and sets up a flower trap to restrict the enemy's sight and take them down one by one. Loid points the gun at the back of Edgar's head and has some choice words for the coward.
カレンは元気かい
貴様なぜ娘の名を
身長体重足のサイズ好きな食べ物から体中のほくろの数まで彼女がささやかな日常を送れることを願うな二度と俺に関わるな分かったらとっとと家へ帰れ
On his way back, Twilight surprisingly sees Anya waiting for him. He switches to Loid and asks why she's out of the house, saying that he was at a shop nearby. Anya, with her mind-reading abilities, has no doubt that,
父すごい嘘つき。
grabbing Loid's leg, she reveals that she wants to go home, her and Loid's home. Loid understands the feeling of abandonment all too well and remembers her past failed families, so he agrees to take her home.
じゃあ帰ろう。
He explains that they will be required to move to a new place, as he found a poisonous snake in their home. But Anya thinks to herself that,
父ものすごい嘘つき。でもかっこいい嘘つき。
however, Anya will have to pay a price to live with Loid, and the price is studying. The exam day is here, and for the first time, Loid is nervous on a mission. The results get posted and Loid is relieved to know that his all-nighters didn't go to waste. But as he happily lifts Anya into the air,
気を抜いただと。この俺がどうかしてしまったな。
Anya has officially passed the entrance exam. While Loid rests on his comfortable sofa, Anya feels sad over the death of her cool liar father.
父死んじゃった。
The doorbell rings, and the mailman hands her the acceptance letter. Anya lies down with Loid, and a couple of minutes later, Loid wakes up only to find out that the next challenge will be an even bigger hurdle to overcome.
二次審査は三者面談。必ず両親と3人で出席のことを。
母存在しない。
And that brings us to the end of Mission 1 for Loid and Anya Forger. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and comment for Mission 2.